Hello everyone, and welcome to another News Coolum video and another site review. I'm here in Vacaville at the outlets just off of Interstate 80, and I'm charging at a brand new Electrify America charging site that went live recently. This site has 8 of those ABB charging units. It's sort of separated the way they do it, where they put a bank of 6 chargers on this side, and then there are 2 more, one with an ADA compliant parking space, so it's 8 chargers in total. There are 2 350 kilowatt chargers, and there are 6 of the 150 kilowatt chargers, and one of them has a 50 kilowatt CHAdeMO head. Overall, I'm really liking this site. There's also an EVgo charger on this site, but it's located more in the center of the complex, which makes it harder to get to, more likely to be blocked. These are sort of out of the way, which is nice. It's not a great travel stop, though, in the sense that you do have to get off the freeway, and it's kind of a zoo just getting here from Interstate 80. There's also a Tesla supercharger just on the other side of the outlets here that's pretty full, but I'm the only EV charging here right now. So overall, it looks like a really good site, but let's jump right into a site score. In terms of accessibility, I'm only going to give this site an 8, and there are a couple of reasons why. First, just getting here is not that easy, but I would normally forgive that given the proximity to the freeway. But the main concern with accessibility here is this is a retail outlet, and I'm starting to dock points on retail outlets. You know, if it's a really busy sort of holiday weekend, it's going to be hard to access these chargers. I mean, Tesla might be able to get away with it a little bit because they have so much turnover right now with people actively charging. But for sites like this, you're going to see them iced probably very often. And then the other aspect that causes this to get knocked down a little bit in terms of access is that there's no option for full pull-through parking. Basically, if you're pulling a trailer, this is not a site where you would stop. So just in terms of accessibility, I'm only going to give it an 8. In terms of amenities, you know, there's actually a lot more to do here than you might think. And I would give it an 8 based just on that. But here's the problem. Is it's not going to get more than an 8 because most of the facilities here, the places to eat, things like that, they're not 24/7. There is 24-hour security on site, but you don't have access to some of the services that you might need. There's no canopy or cover over these chargers. You're just out in the elements, so that knocks off a point too. So overall, it's only going to get an 8 for amenities. It's missing some of those essential travel services, and a lot of the services that are available on site just aren't open 24 hours. And then of course, just the basics like not having a canopy. And for a retail site like this, I would much rather see several level 2 AC chargers installed, because the purpose of a site like this is to spend a lot of time, and that's sort of missing from this charging site. So again, just an 8 out of 10 for amenities. In terms of concentration, this has 8 chargers. I think that's appropriate. It's not excellent, but given the type of site, I think having 8 DC fast chargers is appropriate. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for site concentration. I think it could have easily gone up to 10 chargers or 12 chargers, and it would have still probably been appropriate. But this is I-80. It's a fairly crowded corridor, but it's still very close to the Bay Area. Again, this isn't necessarily going to be a travel site, but it's going to see a lot of use with a lot of vehicles coming in and out of the Bay Area. Maybe someone grabbing lunch before they, get back into the Bay Area, or if they're coming from the South Bay, this is probably a decent charging stop along the way, just sort of getting out. And for that reason, I think a 9 out of 10 is appropriate for site concentration. Now, in terms of location, again, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. And the reason for that is, it's on an intersection between 2 major interstates. You have Interstate 80, and then you have Interstate 505. Now, 505 only goes north from here. But basically, if you're leaving the Bay Area, you're going to want to head out from this direction. And it is fairly ideally placed in that way. It's far enough out of the city center of the Bay Area that you're not going to run into the huge gluts of traffic just locally that you would otherwise. But Vacaville is not a small town. And so I think this is actually an important enough location, but it's not like what I would consider an essential location. Basically, it's a nice to have, and for that reason, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for location. And then in terms of speed, this is one of the faster Electrify America sites. It has 2 of the 350 kilowatt chargers in addition to the 150 kilowatt chargers, and for that reason, you know, Electrify America is going to keep getting 10 out of 10s for speed. They're literally offering chargers that are faster than any current electric vehicle can charge. So for that reason, again, a 10 out of 10 for speed. That brings this total site score to a 44 out of 50, very close to, again, an A site. It's a strong B, just a few things probably lacking, and like I said, the main thing would be a solar canopy and some additional amenities that are nearby or easily accessible, and that would push this site over. But you know, I think seeing more and more of these multi-unit Electrify America sites going live is good either way. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you used the Vacaville chargers before? Have you charged up at the EVgo at these Vacaville outlets? What do you think of this site, and do you think there are any improvements maybe that I missed or that, you know, Electrify America should consider? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and thank you for watching.